All right, welcome to another episode of the Bulldog Bark. I'm yours truly, the Guru. With me today, we just decided to do a little, one-on-one action. I wanted to bring in the expert, not to say that, obviously, Kyle and BFC, obviously, are experts in Butler basketball and the field. Not to say that at all, but we all know MD the Dream. He's the guy when you want to talk about high school recruiting. MD the Dream is the guy to talk to. So I got Michael DeRosa with me today to talk about we're going to talk about some Butler recruiting. We're going to focus mostly on 2027. We'll mention some 2028 names, but reason we care a lot about this is all we've heard from Coach Norred is about building from the ground up. He's very much, I think, kind of dedicated or committed to basically building this program through getting freshmen, getting them in the program, and he wants to really kind of get back. I think in one quote he literally said he wants to get back to the old ways. Obviously, that's difficult a little bit with today's landscape, but he seems that that's the route he wants to go. So this 2027 class is going to tell us a lot about kind of where he's taken this program and I guess starting that vision that he has. So there's been a lot of names popping up in the past, month or so that we want to kind of dive into and just talk about those guys and how they could possibly fit the program, and we'll see where they go from there. So we're gonna kind of go through lists one by one. We got a lot of people that they reached out to recently, and we're gonna start with one. He's believe he's the highest rated prospect that we've reached out there that we've been actively involved with recently, which is Jaylon Lyons. He is a four-star recruit in the 2027 class, point guard. Michael, talk to us about Jaylon.
Man, yeah, DMV kid. So I've been familiar with Jalen Lyons for a little while now, probably a couple years, just because I knew about him loosely. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, I just watched the end of the Isaiah Santos's game, and the team just in and out missed a shot for the buzzer for the win. But yeah,
We'll
I've
be
been
talking
familiar.
about we'll be talking about him soon.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
we'll get to him in a minute. Sorry,
yeah.
I got
Also,
distracted. It was
also, I mean, the distraction is perfect timing because just to also quickly mention in the recent article, they did say that Jaylon Lyons will be visiting this month. There was no clarification on like the date, but apparently he is visiting campus. So.
Yeah, he said he was taking like 12 visits. It's like, how many visits are you really actually going to take? We'll see. But yeah, Jalen Lyons, I'd say the first thing I would say is he's a better athlete than Hooper at this stage. He's 6 foot, I think he's like listed 6'3", 6'4", super athletic. I mean, the dude can jump at the gym. He is fast in the open court. He does everything well, but he's still developing some of those point guard skills at this stage. In the half court, he settles for a lot of those pull up deep twos, which I don't love, but like it's also I've seen him mostly in AAU ball. Like everyone does that. It's AAU ball. You're not like it's not the most organized shit in the world. But I think one thing I kind of have to mention about Jalen Lyons is he plays for Team Takeover, which is one of the most respected AAU programs out there, right? Like, if you would ask anyone, like, they're one of the best three, four, maybe if you want to get like really generous, I guess. Like best AAU programs out there. Like Team Takeover is like the gold standard of AAU programs. The TTO team he's on right now is the worst TTO team I've ever seen. It's not particularly close. Like Lions is probably the second option. The first option is Xavier Skipworth, who's a 2028 kid. I think he's the best player in the DMV right now, just for high school kids. Most people would say it's Lions. I think Skipworth is better at this stage, and he's a year behind. And then like their third guy is a kid named Brian Mitchell. PVI, one of their better players. I don't think Mitchell's a high major player, which TTO's third guy not being a high major player is kind of stunning, but that's just the way it is. But yeah, this TTO team's pretty bad, and Lions is at the head of it, and they need Lions to do more. He hasn't shown a lot just in terms of development, right? Some of his best work and like what people are really excited about him, when you see like all the Jalen Lyons, he's awesome, like those kind of tweets, it's because of what he's done in like the showcases and what he's done in like the elite camps and all that stuff. That's not, we don't get to see that. Like that's for coaches, that's for scouts, that's for like the media people to tweet and then be like, I've seen these guys this many times. It's not recorded, it's not streamed. It's just they're getting drills and they're getting working like that, right? We don't see that, so it's kind of hard to see. Like that's the best of Jalen Lyons we've seen, and I haven't seen it, so it's kind of hard to talk about how great he is from that. I can just talk about what I've seen, and in the last couple days with TTO, he's been pretty bad. Like I think like today he was like 3 of 11, 8 points, wasn't great. Yesterday he was, I think, 2 of 10. Like he's forcing a lot because the team around him isn't talented, and that's just not going to be his role at the college level. But yeah, I think what we're seeing from Lyons is a kid who like we're really projecting. Like the athleticism, you see it when like you see the moments of it, it pops, it sparks. The kid has all that potential, but he's still learning how to play point guard. He's still learning what his role is going to be. And the result of that, I think his recruitment's like I think he's a guy that a Butler should really target because of that. But you're seeing like a lot of the other schools that are really offering him, like you're seeing these high upper echelon schools, and I'm kind of surprised they're after him, truth be told, just because I don't think we've seen that actualized version of him yet. I don't think we've seen him at his best. And where at Butler, he'll have the ability to make those mistakes. He'll have the ability to like learn on the job, right? He'll play a lot here. If he's not the starting point guard, he'll be a backup playing 18 minutes, right? Like that's probably his floor of a role here. If he's going to a Kansas, who I believe has offered him like, you'll be lucky to get like 6 minutes a game. By the end of the year, you might not be in the
We'll
rotation.
see. We'll see him just like we see Samiz Calderon.
Exactly,
We'll see him
exactly.
next year. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like that sort of thing. So I'm kind of surprised that Lions' recruitment has like sparked to that level, but like the athleticism really pops. I've known about him for years. He was a guy who was like really excited. Like if his skills developed, it's like, man, this kid would have been a decently touted 5 star. It hasn't. He's in that like top 50 range. I'm a little surprised there is a player I'm going to mention later that I actually tend to think is better than Lions at this stage. I still need to see like that best version of Lions, and that's happened behind closed doors, unfortunately. So I haven't yet. I watched him play highlights from a high school game, DMV live. I'm not paying $30 to watch a crappy camera broadcast. I only see the highlights, right? I'm not paying the $30 for it. But he looked pretty good there. Really explosive in the open floor. Like when the ball gets in the open floor, it's 2 automatic points for Jalen Lyons, especially at this level. Might be a little bit before he gets to that in the Big East, but like it wouldn't surprise me if it just still is 2 automatic points in the open floor, just even at this level. Like he's that athletic, he's that physical, and he's a big guard. But in the half court, I do think his game needs quite a bit of work. I saw him make a couple passes today when I was watching his AAU game and in this highlight that it's like, okay, I can see where the upside is, but I haven't seen that best version of him yet. So he's a kid I do think will need some time to develop, and maybe that happens in his high school season and he just fully turns the corner. I think that's well within the range of outcomes, but yeah, as of now, I still think he is a burgeoning prospect. I think we're if you're viewing him as a top 50 kid right now, I think it's a little soon. Top like 75 range is where I'd have him. Really, really athletic, just sort of rounding out everything else.
Do you think he would fit? Like you talk about the athleticism. Do you think he would fit? I know you're talking about kind of like
Mhm.
getting into being a point guard and like learning that. Do you think he would fit? We've always heard from Coach Norwood is like really defensive athleticism. It seems like we're trying to go back to like the roots of
Mhm.
like what made Butler basketball so successful. Do you see him fitting that kind of mold?
If we're looking for like defense and athleticism and length, if we're taking a 6'4" athletic point guard, that's exactly like the kind of build we're molding, right? I think in some of the roster we've built this offseason, it was just because like you didn't have a ton of time. Like you need to get in 11 guys. Like some of these guys really fit that vision. Other guys, it's like we can work with them, we can mold them, right? A lot of the high school recruits that we're seeing, I like fully see that vision that what Nord is really after. So I think that's a little bit of like the turn in that sense. But yeah, I think Lions would fully fit that vision. I mean, a 6'3", 6'4", long, athletic point guard. If we want to press 94 feet for 40 minutes, I mean, getting a guy like that, if you really get him to buy into that, and if he's committing to that, I assume you do. Yeah, that he would be a problem in that system for sure. He'd be quite good. Might take him a little bit of time, but he would be quite good.
And I know you and I have talked about this on like previous podcasts, but I really do think Butler can really take advantage. I think we're going to continue to see them get some of the, highest recruits in program history
Yep.
because you can really get the freshmen at discounts. It's just the
Mhm.
reality. Like
Mhm.
these with the portal, I mean, freshmen just aren't as coveted as they used to be.
Mhm.
And you can basically pitch to someone like Lions, like you were saying, you're gonna play, you can build value, and I mean, if you end up being a breakout star, I mean, you can get paid. Like it
Yeah.
is what it is, right? Versus like sit on the bench and develop, quote unquote, whatever. But
Yeah.
so
And
I
even
do.
so, if you're recruiting a kid like Lions, and let's say he ends up going like get just seeing the allure of a big school, Kansas, North Carolina, whatever, and just goes there and then doesn't play a lot. Let's be real, it's DMV kids. DMV kids love the portal. DMV kids adore the portal. Every offseason, every DMV kid's entering the damn portal. They just love it that much that you have that relationship now. Maybe it doesn't work for him in year one, but year two, you're coming there. He's on a bit of a discount because it's not his highest value. and you've still seen all the upside, and he's probably gotten better practicing with that team. That's another angle too. Like I fully believe recruiting in high school is the best approach for Butler for multiple reasons. You mentioned the one, but just getting kids on that downturn if we want to. Like we're still there.
Yeah. Andre Screen would like to say something about the transfer portal because he only did it once and he stuck it out. All right. And he's a DMV boy. But so okay, cool. So again, and Nord has also mentioned in a lot of his interviews and stuff, he just and he's a point guard himself, and he just keeps saying if you're a point guard, come here. Like that's like I think he said on Teague's podcast. He said he's been
Yep.
saying it on a lot of things where he's just like if you're a point guard, you should want to come here. Like you are going to develop, you are going to learn, you're going to become
Mhm.
the best version of yourself. So speaking of point guards, the next recruit that we're going to talk about, Aaron Britt Jr., who is also a 2027 point guard and is also the goes to the same school as Hurley Brutus, who is a
Yep.
freshman this year at Butler. So we do have that connection there. So definitely, there's definitely some potential in that area. He is a top 100 per, 247 247 sports. Um, I have a question. Do you call it 247 or do you call it 24/7 sports?
I just call it whatever I'm feeling that day.
Yeah, I know, right? Like I kind of like I said 247. I'm like, I feel like I've called it 24. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
whatever
So
I'm
so
feeling at the moment. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Top 100, I think on the Composite
Mhm.
60th in the country. I believe who were Lions who we were just talking about is 46. So again, both dudes that are just like really high up there. Um, Talk to me about Aaron Britt Jr.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Jalen Lyons, and we'll talk about Santos later. Are probably the guys I'm two most familiar with. I've seen less of Britt, but I've seen enough to like have a pretty good opinion on him. Yeah, as you mentioned, same high school as Hurley Brutus. So that's a lot of the connection. I'm assuming he is a JCW recruit. Yeah,
Yeah.
he plays on the Puma circuit as well. So I'm not watching his AU games just because Puma does like where EYBL Nike will stream theirs through the either NBA TV. I can just go on EYBL the site and stream it from there as well. Puma doesn't do that. You got to pay for it, and like the competition level isn't as good, so it's kind of hard to get a read on some of these guys. But I've seen him in high school ball, and like I've seen some of the guards he's gone up against. One of them is playing with my brother next year. So like I know that kid. One of them's Caden Daughtry, who in my mind should be a top 5 to 10 kid in this class. So I know Britt fairly well. You're getting good competition even as a guard. Yeah, small. He's 5'11", shifty, pretty quick. Excellent passer. Excellent passer. Just a complete old school floor general. Like the old guys would love a point guard like Aaron Britt, just because like he'd slow the game down, make the right pass. He's in a pick and roll. He's gonna find the big man rolling to the rim. He's gonna find that skip pass for a three. Excellent passer. He can dunk. He's 5'11". He can dunk. Big news. Um, Good shooter, good decision maker, but really the thing that sets him apart and why he's rated this high. His vision is excellent. His basketball IQ is really good, but he just sees things like a pass or two beyond, and that's really his selling point, and really another pretty talented kid. But yeah, his basketball IQ is really what sets him apart.
Yeah, I feel like obviously maybe the downside would be his height or like
Yeah.
size. Yep.
But I also think that's why we'd be able to get him. Like
Right.
a lot of these kids I've noticed who are like really like the small point guards. It's like Chance Mallory was a guy. I mean, we talked about on our
Hmm.
podcast. I glazed the crap out of him, and I think he's going to be one of the best players in college basketball next year. Period. Caden Daughtry, who I just mentioned, is like 5'10" and was like the 20th ranked kid in the class. It's like he just put up 37 yesterday. He was, I think, like the third leading scorer on the USA U17 team, which has all of the kids from all the kids that we're going to talk about here. Like he was like the third leading scorer, only behind Beckham Black, who is the number one kid in this class now, and Joaquin Boomjay, who might start at Duke next year as a 16, 17-year-old, who would have to be there for 2 years. Like, then it's Daughtry, who's like 5'10". Like, these undersized guards are generally underrated, I've noticed, because, like, how do they project to the pros? And part of, like, the people who are doing these recruiting rankings, it's like, yeah, I don't want to put him behind, like, say, Alex Constanza, who committed to Georgia, terrible. Put him behind a kid who is gonna end up going, who like he's got a chance to go pro versus Chance Mallory. He's probably not gonna make it in the league for a while, but like he's gonna be an awesome college player. I don't want NBA fans looking back and seeing this and being like, okay, well, Constanza made the league. This kid didn't. Like, how'd you have him behind him? When like in reality, I take a Brit or like those guys to be like they're gonna be good college guards. Like I'm very confident they're going to be good college guards at the very least. Very good, probably. Versus like guys that like are just like long shot lottery tickets that'll end up getting ranked higher. And but yeah, like Britt's going to be a good college guard. He sees the game very well. He'll be a good college guard.
Cool. So let's move on to the next one, which has probably had the most smoke of any of the 2027 recruits we've had so far. By the way, everyone we're mentioning right now has actually officially been given
Yep.
or offered a scholarship from Butler. We also mentioned a couple at the end that Michael feels like are ones that maybe they're maybe even like potentially an offer that we don't even know about, or just feels like we should have some connection there. But these are all ones that we actually have offered. So the next one's Isaiah Santos,
Yep.
and he already did his Butler official visit. In fact, if you go to, I'm just gonna keep switching up. If you go to 24/7 Sports, he is listed as warm next to Butler. He's a warmer, but he's also got warm next to some other really big schools too, like Houston and stuff like that. So it's not just us, but it's warm. It's feeling very warm in here. That's what I'm feeling. But yeah, just another probably falls into I guess like that SGSF range area. He's like
Yeah.
6'5" or so, right? And again, another top 100 recruits again per 247 Sports. I really am just gonna keep going back and forth just for
Yeah,
fun.
as you should.
I'm going to every time.
Whatever's more
But
fun.
he is 79th in the nation. And he had an official visit to Butler by all accounts from what we've heard. It went well, but then again, whoever says it doesn't go well. So I do love I will real quick I do love when people are like, I heard the visit went well. I'm like, well, what? Is there ever a visit where it's gonna be like, man, that was awful?
There
Like,
are very rare times you hear something
yeah,
like
yeah. Or
one
like
of
it'd
them,
have to
like
be, yeah. It would have to be
Mark
terrible.
Pope did some, like Mark Pope's doing those
Well, yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
He did one and he's like, yeah, we had one visit this offseason. It was 3 hours. And we were like, just to the kid, like, all right, you got to get out of here. It was game time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh
we
yeah,
do
yeah.
that so
Yeah.
rarely. Every other time.
Yeah.
So yeah, every other visit, they went perfect.
Yeah. I have you seen well, we can talk about it, but the Mark Pope stuff's hilarious. It's that's just yeah, it's great. But yeah, talk to us about Santos.
Yeah, so Ron was like in the game I was watching, Ron was there. Like Ron was watching him again. I think the live period, I think it started like 3 hours ago or something like that, right? So like there, Ron's in Vegas. He was watching Santos. I would go as far as say Santos, just based on what we see. Obviously, we don't know the behind the closed doors, right? But just based on what we see, it seems to me pretty clear he's our number one priority in this class. Maybe at least just number one priority on the wing. We're looking at guards too as well, like point guards, right? But Santos seems to be our number one priority, at least for his position, if not just overall, because he has the Brazilian connection with Calderon and Klafki. Like they took a picture together on his visit, so like there was something there. But he is a straight up junkyard dog. He is just a junkyard dog. He's an Energizer bunny. He has an awesome nose for the ball. He's diving for the ball at all costs. If he's a rebound, he's going to be one of the guys chasing it from the perimeter. If he's not, just down low, putting his butt into someone and sticking an elbow, whatever he's doing. He would play immediately here. He gets fouled a ton just because he is just head down, going to the rim to finish. Straight up junkyard dog. When he was playing defense yesterday in the game I clipped it, it's on my Twitter. When they played PSA. He got hurt, so he only played in the first half. I believe he had 9 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, if I'm going off my mind, if I remember correctly. Like, very good stat line, and that's just in the first half. Second half, he didn't play a lot. Beckham just got back from Istanbul, so like they ended up losing a game that they probably would have won if he was healthy. Which I think is another thing that really says to like how important he is. I believe he's the team's leading rebounder in the AAU circuit, which at 6'5", he plays much bigger than that. Like if he was less than 6'7", you would be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like he just plays bigger than he is. But defensively too. Colton Hiller is a kid whose name you'll be very familiar with if you don't know him now. In a year from now, you'll be very familiar with him. In 2 years from now, he'll probably be getting NBA draft looks. Like he is the number three kid in the 2028 class. His jump shot is butter. He's big. He creates space well. Like he does everything. Like he's the number three kid in the class. Like he's gonna be awesome. Santos locked him up a couple times. Like he was pressuring him. Hiller had a couple turnovers just because Santos's pressure was right there. I don't think AAU gave like EYBL Nike whatever gave him credit for any steals in that game. He should have had three by my count. So I don't know how they missed those, but they did. He defended Hiller very well, but he's a junkyard dog. He's aggressive. He clearly is a guy that like wants to win. He has that winning energy, that old Butler energy that we're really looking for. Just a guy who will dive on the floor for any ball at any given time. It doesn't matter if we're up 20 against Southern Indiana. He's still going after that ball. Like that's just who Santos is at his core. If he would come here, he'd play immediately. It'd be a hell of a statement to get a kid like that. Like some other like pretty sharp programs are after him. I know Texas Tech is. I know Minnesota is. Like Minnesota's got a sharp coach. Texas Tech, granted, he's in
I
their
mean,
backyard.
yeah,
That's probably part of it. But
Houston obviously is
yeah,
like, I mean, if
Houston,
Houston's, yeah,
shock,
yeah.
shocker. Yeah,
In fact, the Puma that you're talking about, the Puma. Wait, no, Puma, that was Brit. Never mind. I was gonna
yeah,
say because I know that Samson was at that event as well.
yeah.
Maybe he was going for Brit, but anyway, sorry. Yes, yeah,
Yeah. But no, like Santos is a kid like just a straight up junkyard dog. He's a winner at his core. He's a kid who will do whatever it takes to win games. And I think that's kind of the archetype of player we've been missing. Like we've had guys who can hit jump shots. We've had guys who will, like do all like the pretty boy stuff. But like we haven't had many guys who've been getting ugly, who like really want to defend. And when we had a guy in Kaiser who was defense first, we weren't game planning for him properly. I'm gonna trust Ronald Norad on this one and just say if he's recruiting a kid who is an Energizer Bunny, junkyard dog defender who's gonna die for loose balls, we'll put him in spots where he would be able to win as well. He's our number one. He seems to be our number one priority. Ron was again just watching him like right now. Like we were recording this Thursday at 8:11 p.m. right now. Ronald Norad was in Vegas watching this kid play, and like looking at the rest of his team, we're not gonna get Beckham Black. We haven't offered Mari Wesley. And then the other team, Team Hero, two Iowa State kids, one Gonzaga kid, one kid committed to Duke. Flat out, we are there for Isaiah Santos. I don't think there is anyone else we were there for. It is him. It has to be him. And yeah, like this would be a huge statement for us. This is the guy that we're clearly really hard after. He's been on campus already. Like that says a lot that Ron got the job. The first high school kid we've had on campus is Isaiah Santos, excluding probably some of the local kids who've probably visited in some capacity, right? We took this kid from Texas and said, "You got to come here. We want you that bad." Like this is a kid we clearly really want, and for good reason. I mean, his energy level is really high. He finishes around the rim very well. His free throw form is solid. It's not great, but I'm assuming he's like a 73% free throw shooter. That's fine. Jump shot is still growing. He's still growing into his frame, but like when he does, like college weight room versus a high school weight room, it's night and day. If we're gonna put him through a strength and conditioning program, this kid's gonna be a problem. He'll be a very good college player. 6'5", plays bigger than he is. Really, just really gives it his all every moment he is on the court. He is someone I really like as a prospect. I really like that we've offered him. Like he stood out to me before I knew we offered him. Like that's like it's just I was watching Beckham Black casually just because he's Beckham Black. I love watching Beckham Black. And I remember writing in my phone like, okay, this kid, he knows for the ball is awesome. He wants to play. When I thought we were looking for some of the other kids on the Indy Heat team, which we'll talk about later. And it turns out Santos was the kid we were offering. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh, okay. I like where we're going here. I like this. Yeah, Santos is a kid we haven't had in a while, and he's a kid I would love at Butler, and every other fan would too.
yeah.
You
I think as long as like the resources are there, I mean, you got to think that NORAD. I mean, if there's one thing I definitely trust about NORAD, I mean, that dude is articulate and he has a game
Mhm.
plan, and I mean, I could totally see where you'd want to play for him, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, and even seeing the little clips. I know clips are always gonna be, targeted obviously to make us look good, but I mean you can see how much
Mhm.
energy NORAD's bringing. So also just a quick little, you were talking about like junkyard dogs, and I just had to remember that Ajayi is currently playing. He has played let's see, we're heading into the second quarter here. Ajayi has played 4 minutes. He's got 2 boards.
Okay.
Has not
Yeah.
taken a shot yet, but that's what we expect with Ajayi. He's gonna get tons of boards.
Yeah, he's gonna get
um
boards, and they're
four
probably
minutes two
working
boards
like
to give him full. I mean, this dude's about to get 1,000 rebounds a game.
yeah.
All right, so but yeah, Santos is obviously, yeah, I agree. I was just he's obviously a huge priority. We'll see if Lions obviously visits this month, but yeah, being first one on campus, that is obviously a guy that the staff definitely clearly wants. And then we will keep on moving on with our 2027 list here. Let me pull mine up because I had a bunch. Okay, so the next one, now we're getting a little bit bigger. We are talking about Mr. Mustafa Mohammed. And I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like, because the first three I was a little bit at least familiar with, because I've just Lions. I've definitely, because I feel like his name's been popping up a lot. Santos, obviously, with all the stuff. Even Britt, because he went to the same school as Brutus, so I was interested. But talk to us about Mustafa Muhammad.
Yeah, Mustafa Muhammad is, I would consider him I mean, first thing off the top, again, super, super bouncy. Like the kid, he is an elite leaper. Elite
And
leaper.
actually, Michael, not to cut you off, so sorry, man. Yeah, elite leaper, love it. Uh, but the just to give a quick, he's also another. Again, he is. When I said he was tall, this is like a power forward. He's like
Yep.
6'9" per 24/7 Sports, and he is again top. Currently 96th per composite ratings. So top 100 in the country. Back to you.
Yeah, super bouncy wings, super elite leaping ability. Shot blocking athletic four is what I would like. If I was to like put him in like a box, that's the box I would put him in. He's rounding out his offensive skill. His jump shot, it's not there yet, I wouldn't say. Like I think he's 5 for 17 from three on the AAU circuit. So like he's taken like two a game. He hits like half a game, we'll call it, right? A little over. Plays high school ball with Compass Prep. That's a really like respected high school. Believe like Kayla House, who's going to there. I don't know why I cited the House brothers. There's brothers. One of them's going to Xavier. The better one's going to Maryland. I think Caden's the better one. I'm not sure. They're both quite about as good as each other. Just one's higher rated than the other. Compass was like I think they were the number one team in the country for the UIBL Scholastic League, which is just recruited high school. AAU is non-scholastic. Scholastic is like, yeah, we do school, even though I don't know if they actually do school. But yeah, super, super athletic. Shot blocking for Mustafa Muhammad's playing his AAU ball with Live On. He's averaging 11.1 points a game, 6.5 rebounds a game, 2.25 blocks per game. He's one of the best shot blockers in the AAU scene. That's what we see in him. Defensively switchable because he is super athletic. He can guard smaller guards, but like if you have a five who's like an okay shot blocker, like not great, you put a Muhammad down there, your defense is fine. Like just one of those kind of guys. I'm just trying to think of like a former Butler comp, and like again, it's like my Butler history really doesn't go
Is it?
back
I
beyond.
mean, could like I'm just complete. I did not watch a single minute of this guy, so I'm just sorry. Like, is like a Weidman type or no?
When I remember Weidman, just from what I remember him, he was like really strong, right? He
Yeah,
was more
thick boy.
strong.
Yep.
Yeah, the versus I would think of Muhammad's just like I think he needs to put on a little bit of weight, but like
Okay,
super bouncy, really good shot blocker.
gotcha. Okay. How about a Cam Woods? Could be more like a Cam Woods. Cam Woods is
Yeah,
a little
I could
tall.
see something like
Cam
that.
Woods is a little taller,
Mhm.
but yeah.
I mean, just I can give it like if you watch Georgetown even a little bit, he reminds me of Jaden Fort, who was at Georgetown last year. Just like wing, he's still learning his role, but like he's a defensive-minded power forward. Defense, shot blocking, gonna help rotate weak side, and it's like he's just gonna be able to get up as high as the aggressive guard coming in for a layup. Really good defender. Offense still rounding out, but the defense is all the way there.
So it sounds like he 100% fits what Norrid's going for. Then,
Yeah,
if you wanted to put, yeah, yeah, a
which
defensive mind again. Yep.
again, like some of the guys we have this year, like it might not be like that rounded version just because like we had so little to put in there. Even like, honestly, Semis Calderon, I feel like is a pretty good comp for this guy. Like they're very similar players. Like that, I feel like that's. I don't know why I was trying to big brain a name. Like the guy, it's clearly he's on the roster right now.
Yeah, yeah, which is a guy that I'm actually pretty excited to see this year. So we'll see what we'll see yeah, we'll see what happens with Mustafa. Um the next one is before we got on here, Michael said this is the one where I'm going to kind of look at and say some things, and we'll see what where the knowledge goes with this. But small forward Declan Griffiths, who
Mhm.
I believe you said his brother is on Temple, correct?
Yep.
And he is also a just outside top 100, but another four-star player, I believe, small forward ish.
Yep.
Right. Talk to us about, so again, Butler's offered him as well. Talk to us about Declan Griffiths, which is a
Yeah.
crazy
So
cool name. Declan Griffiths.
Declan
That's
Griffiths
good.
is
Yeah.
probably the guy that we're going to talk about that I'm least familiar with. I've
Yeah.
seen him a little bit, but like not a ton. He's from the same area as Christian Moore. I believe, if I remember right, Christian Moore played for Middlesex Magic as well. So that same AAU program. Both from Connecticut. Quick release, good shot, bouncy. Like he can get up there. He's a guy I want to watch a little bit more. I just looking at his brother, like I mean, let's be real. Neither of them really look like Hoopers. They just are, right? Like they're big, but like if you've seen Gavin Griffiths, he started his career at Rutgers, went to Nebraska. He's now at Temple and like kind of found his spot there. But like he's like a big white guy who has rec specs. Like you know the just by saying that you know exactly like what he looks like. It's like oh, that guy didn't look like he plays basketball, but he does. Declan's kind of the same way. Not super like horizontally or like running athletic, but like he's very bouncy and his jump shot it's really quick release. That's kind of the thing like that really stands out about him. Quick release, good shot. His brother was also touted as a shooter, but like his shooting hasn't translated. I think Declan's a better shooter from what I've seen. He's a guy like if he ends up committing, I'll have to watch a lot more of. But like from what I know, really quick release, good shot. He can get up to as well, bouncy. Yeah, Connecticut area. Not super familiar with him, but I from what I know, the jump shot's there and he can jump.
Um, you said how he doesn't look like a hooper, and first of all, I do not condone bullying on this app, and I want this to be very clear that I do not condone this. But you, when you said that, it someone when I posted a comment about us having offered him good old Main Street Mark, whoever that is, said anyone getting crossed up by this Harry Potter pumpkin needs to play a different sport. So yeah, no, he doesn't exactly look like he's about to ball out on you, but clearly has some skill. I mean, again, he's a borderline. I think he's like 114 or something like
Well,
that. Borderline top 100 guy.
we've seen our like we've seen Butler get cooked by some of these white guys who don't look
Oh,
like they're,
absolutely.
but
Oh, absolutely.
they can
Apparently,
get buckets. Yeah,
what's funny though is the team, and it just makes so much sense that it has the only warm designation per 247 Sports is Northwestern. That just feels right. I
yeah.
don't know why. Just where a guy like that would probably go. It feels right, but we'll see. All right, so then moving on the list. One second, let me pull one. Okay, so we're gonna just so people know, we did offer Davis Cochran, who just released his like top eight, and Butler was not on it, so we are going to skip him because
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and assume that he is just uh we're not coming here. So but
And if it changes, we'll update you.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But the next one we're going to talk about, and honestly, I'm going to make sure that I pronounce this correctly because that's just I'd be very bad not is it like Nigor or Gore? I'm not gonna
Dangor.
I'm scared.
Dangor. I'm not
Dangor.
100% sure
Okay.
just because like the only time I've seen him play was in AmeriCup and like the way the commentator said it, like sure, but like they're wrong half the time too.
Yeah, so we're gonna
They're
go with
just guys they
Dang.
bring in, and it's like, yeah, he did. Like I've seen them pronounce names of guys that I know, and they look, and it's like, hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
Julius
want to be
Catalan.
really I just don't want to be canceled because I feel like you could say that's like
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm like that just feels like that's how you pronounce it. I'm like that feel. Anyways, Dang Deng space Ngor. I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna go. Let's go Dangor. That sounds like a good one. And but yes, he is not currently ranked on 24/7 Sports, but I think it was you, like you maybe mentioned in one of the group chats or something that you thought this was a guy that definitely could be finding himself on the rankings at some point before it's finally done. Talk to us a little bit about Dang. He's a 6'8" per 247 Sports, small forward. I think he plays. He's from Canada, right?
Canada. Yeah,
Yeah, from
yeah,
Canada. Yeah, and he played on Team Canada. Is that correct?
yeah. In the
That's it.
AmeriCup.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Talk to us about Dang. We offered him as well.
Yeah, so just like looking through his offers, right? Just recently, South Carolina, Washington, Grand Canyon, Virginia, us, Kentucky has interest. I don't think they've offered him, but like it's Kentucky. They report every single thing. Like they have interest. Marquette's got an offer out. Auburn has an offer out, right? Like just looking at his offer sheet, that's a top 100 offer sheet, right? Like even if he hasn't gotten there, like people have taken notice that if he is in a top 100,
Ball State's
yeah,
offered him as
Ball
well.
State too. Ball State,
Ball
that's
State, San Diego. So yeah, we got
also
some.
hard to go to Ball State. There you go.
So
Yeah. But yeah, Gore really stood out just because like he's probably not on like the 247 top 100 because he's playing in Canada. Like some of those guys, like the guys who are making that list, they get out to as many places as they can. Probably don't get out to Canada a bunch. Two, I don't know if he's playing on like the AAU scene, like if he's just like back roads kind of guy. It's kind of hard for them to see you, right? Like that's why some of those guys don't get ranked. That'd be a guy like Gore. But he's a very similar mold to Mustafa. I wouldn't say he's not the shot blocker Mustafa is. Rather, you replace that with he's just super active in passing lanes with steals. Similar kind of mold, similar player, athletic. At the AmeriCup, where Team Canada beat Team America in the U18s, he averaged 10.2 points a game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists a game, and he had 3 steals in the US, including the game-winning tomahawk dunk. He's super athletic. He's really active in passing lanes. He finishes through contact well. He's a very good defender. He can defend 2 through 4 pretty easily. Probably can stretch out to guard in some ones. Yeah, just he picked up these big offers. He's a top 100 kid. If he isn't in 247, he is just based on the offers he has, right? Is what I'm trying to get. Is the point I'm trying to get across. Really active defender, really active in passing lanes, long, athletic, skills also similar rounding up. But like we've seen his jump shot, it is rounding out. I believe he hit one against America, if not in some of the other America games. But yeah, active in passing lanes, steals like that. That's kind of his thing. Steals leading to pick sixes, leading to a bucket on the other end. Yeah, really was really impressive in America Cup, and that's where his stock really rose. That's where he got all these offers recently.
Yeah. And then I know one that you wanted to talk. So that was kind of the list of like 2020. At least, are you aware of any other 2020? I know there was probably ones from like before Nora
So
got on board. Oh yeah,
I know the old staff. I don't think the current staff has, but like he'd be a player that's like similar. We'll talk about some of the other guys later, but like one I didn't mention to you, his name is, oh my God, I do not know how to pronounce his name. I believe it's Jymin Vinny. That's not how you pronounce it. Like Jyminveney. He plays for Team Durant. I know him well just because he's a DMV kid. He's a one man fast break. Like that's just kind of all he is. The old staff offered him like in March.
what was
Uh,
his? What's the name?
Jymin space Veney. That's his name.
Veney.
Yeah, Jamin Vinny.
We offered him.
Old staff did. I don't know if the new staff has. Old staff
All right.
did. Point guard, long, one man fast break, aggressive in that. Very, very similar to Lions, except probably a little bit worse. But like all the traits are the same. One man fast break, awesome in transition. In the half court, needs a little bit of work. That's just.
Yeah.
He's the one guy I didn't mention to you that I just remember. Like I just saw his name. I'm like, I do remember we offered him in March. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. No, I didn't. I was okay. You didn't. I thought you said you mentioned him to me. I'm like, I don't.
No, I did not. I did not.
I guess I was
I
looking
don't.
back at our chat. I was like, I don't see his name
No.
anywhere. Um. Okay. But another one. So those are the ones I think that we have like at least recently offered. Which I'm guessing anyone that we've recently offered is probably where we're like actually
Yes.
at, considering the coaching changes and everything like that. So
And we'll learn
um.
more seeing like who NORAD watches this week. Like
Sure.
him
Right.
watching
Exactly. Yeah.
Santos, that means a lot. If he's watching Indy Heat, we'll know which of the guys he wants,
Right.
stuff like that,
Right,
right?
right. I know you also and again we kind of talked about it on Teague's podcast. He basically said and you can see with some of the players we just talked about were point guards and he basically says if you're a guard, you should come play here. And one that you mentioned that you felt that hopefully we might be recruiting or may even have like low key an offer that we don't even know about is Jahari Miller. So talk to us
Yes.
about Jahari. Jahari is just so everyone knows, he is another top 100 2027. He's officially listed as like a combo guard, but it does play at Pike, which obviously Jeff Teague, that's where you're going to get that connection at. And so local kid that we would love to recruit locally, but top 100, I think right now on 24/7, he is 64th in the nation. So talk to us a little bit about Jahari Miller.
Yeah, so we know the old staff offered Jahari Miller. We don't know if the new staff has yet. So like he doesn't seem like he's not a kid who's like posting all of his offers. Like just looking back at his posts, it's like, all right, I visited Georgetown, I visited Ohio State, I visited DePaul. His quote about Georgetown was actually very funny. But then it's like, oh yeah, I've been offered by FIU. I've been offered by Ole Miss, and that's it. It's like you probably have gotten more offers in that time, but he's not posting about them all. But yeah, I think Miller should probably be our number one priority for recruiting a lead guard. Obviously, the local aspect, and like, why would Ronald Norad go on Jeff Teague's podcast and say we really want point guards at Butler and not recruit Jeff Teague's point guard? Like, I just can't see him at least not trying there. I can't. Like, it just doesn't
And,
make sense to me.
I remember when Nord was hired, Teague on his podcast literally goes like, "I got some guys for you." Like,
Yeah,
you remember that? Like,
Jahari
they
Miller.
were, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the guy.
I'm guessing that was one of the ones he was talking about. Yeah, he
Yeah,
literally
like
said when it happened, they're like, I think he got like hired literally real time. So they're like, "Oh, and there it is." Like, like Norad's hired, and like they were all like congratulating him, and literally Teague goes, like, "Hit me up, I got some guys for you." I'm like, "Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's like Jahari Miller should be the guy you call
yeah,
him about.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah, yeah."
like if you get Jahari Miller, maybe you take one of their back end bench guys, develop that role right, like or one of their guys who would be a back end bench guy here. Like just develop him. But local Jahari Miller's a sharpshooter, just a complete sharpshooter. He's developing his point guard skills. Like he's listed as a combo because he's played a lot of two and he's learning how to play the one with his AEU team right now, the Indy Heat, who have a very talented roster. Like I think of their starting five, Miller is the one who like hasn't committed to a high major D1. Other than that, like Louisville for Philandus Wright, Purdue for Isaiah Hill, Cam Mercer's going to Cincinnati. There's one other kid who was committed somewhere, and I cannot think of his name right now, and it's really bothering me. And then Jahari Miller. But really just a complete sharpshooter, developing his point guard skills. I think he's better than Lyons at this stage, just flat out. I do. I think he's the guy we really should be after. I don't know if he has the same defensive intangibles that Lyons does. I think he's still developing in that, but his jump shot is just butter, and he leads a team. He's learning how to do that aspect of it. And I kind of think he's ahead in those like the skill areas ahead of Lyons. And where if we're getting a guy like Santos, we're getting some of these other wings we're recruiting, Mohamed Dangor, some of these guys, like they'll have all the athleticism and that covered. You get a shooter like Miller who will buy in defensively. If he's coming here, if he's staying local, if that really means something to him, he'll buy in defensively. And he and Rod Norad would clearly like if he's coming here and committing here, he'd get along. He'd buy in defensively. His jump shot is butter. He's learning the point guard aspect, which I think is coming along. Like I've seen some of the progressions in his game lately. Like I've seen the progressions there where I necessarily haven't yet with Lyons. I have with Miller, and he's in our backyard. He's at Pike, right? Like yeah, like all that makes sense. And I think he's a guy we really like. We should be pretty hard after, in my opinion. I just think he kind of fits with what we want to do. He's local, and his jump shot's butter. I like guys who can hit jump shots.
And I mean, to your point, like it is a little interesting because like it's like those offers that happen before a new staff, and it's just like, so
Mhm.
is that just like, are we, it's not at the forefront because it's like, oh, it's there, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, like
we
hey,
see
hey,
these,
the offer's
yeah,
still there. Like, is he going
right,
to
right.
repost
It's
about
not
it
like
or is he not? And
there's,
he doesn't seem
yeah,
like the kid who would repost about it.
right, and there's not, yeah, exactly. There's not going to be like a new post being like, well, thanks, Coach Norred, for like reconfirming that I'm gonna have like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be like that.
Mhm.
So, I mean, yeah, that's a good point, that we had that in the past. But I know you mentioned another one, Harper Baker Lands. So talk to us a little bit about, I believe he's 2027 as well, if
Yeah.
I'm correct. Yep. Talk to us a little about him.
He's on the Team Indy Heat team. Just he reminds me a lot of Evan Haywood. He's local in the backyard, shooter, right? Like offered by these smaller schools, and then all of a sudden Butler comes in and you have the opportunity to stay local. It's going to be an option. If we really want to stick to high school and development, and we're looking for a guy who can be on our 11th man in year one, then step up to what Evan Haywood was last year, probably like our seventh guy. He didn't seem like the worst option to me. Just a name that we should keep an eye on that maybe our staff offers in February, and it's like he hasn't committed yet, and then it's like, oh, okay, that's a guy who like we offer him in February, he could commit in March, or just something like that, right? We offer him in October, he commits in November, right? Like I think that's like just a name to keep an eye on for that. Harper Baker Lands, just shooter, just really reminds me of Evan Haywood.
Yeah. And then kind of looking again, like that was so that was really right there again. We kind of captured again the ones that we have seen directly,
Mhm.
again, offered scholarships, ones that are directly contacted by the new staff. Again, a couple that is there anyone else in the 2027 class that you feel that either A, might have an offer, kind of that we're not even aware of, or B, you would like to see maybe the staff come after?
I believe that's everyone.
Yeah.
One thing I would like us to do is I don't know if we're recruiting any like true bigs. And
Yeah.
I would say if there's any hole on this current roster, it would be the big. Like Drayton Jones is going to be like our starter, right? But then it's NZ. How long is NZ here? I can't say I'm so sure of.
Forever.
Yeah, forever. He might not. He will never leave. There we go. But yeah, I don't know how long he's here for. Like it maybe if like he was to sit one, play one, maybe with the fifth year he's here another 2 years, right? We don't know. Marin Maric, just I think he's really a developmental piece. Like I think we're gonna need a big at some point who can like probably play next year. And I mean, look, we're definitely gonna go to the portal for a big, which is always like kind of nerve-wracking, just because like it's hard to find one. And I
It's
mean,
a premium.
I
Comes as
guess
a premium.
Drayton could get a fifth year, right? Could Drayton get a fifth year?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, so okay. So that's another option, right? But yeah, if Drayton just decides I've been in college long enough, man, I want to play pro, it happens.
I wonder if they would. I wonder if they're. I mean, I'm just trying because Tracy Anderson is 6'10". I wonder if they would ever consider like
They
quote
could as
unquote
well.
small ball, but
Yeah.
like moving him to our center position because he's got what 2 years left still or three,
Yeah,
I guess 3 years,
yeah,
3 years,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
With yeah
Yeah, so
so
with the fifth year, I don't think it's officially a thing yet, but when it's like gonna be a thing,
yeah. So
you're
he'll have three technically years left. So
okay.
that would be yeah. So
Yeah,
so
so
I could just see where
there you
they
go.
maybe they also are. That was
That makes sense.
in the Atlantic article that they gave NORAD an A. Like they weren't they at the bottom they basically said like that they're not saying like we're gonna win a bunch this year. That was not really what they were saying. They felt like again like guys like that for instance where they felt like NORAD brought some guys in that all of them had like multiple years left where you
Yeah,
could
that
like
was
develop with them. So they like that aspect. Kind of honestly, at the end of it, it basically said the same thing that we've been saying, which is like if this year doesn't work out, we want it at a minimum like the Xavier type year last year, where you could see the vision, right? You could see where you're
yeah,
going with that. And then you can see where you get the buy-in, and then now Xavier has some extra money and they get some good players, right? So like it's a kind of at a minimum, you have to hope that that's kind of
yeah.
what you get from that.
There is a world in which we could win 6 league games and still feel very good about our team.
100%. Oh, 100%. And so, I mean, I'm tired of losing, but I mean, yes, like I
I
prepared
think we're
myself
good.
for that.
And so the thing I do want to mention this just because like, I wasn't super hyped about the NORAD hire just because I wanted a guy who was like proven it at this level,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
everything he said, it's like we knew he would kill the media and like we knew we would buy in. It's gotten me, but like the way he's building this team, good point guards and then just a bunch of junkyard dogs. If you've seen me on this podcast or me in anything, that's exactly how I want a coach to build a team. Like,
yeah,
I want my guards to be awesome, and then everyone else, I just want to know they're diving on the floor, we're caring
yeah,
about the defense, we're doing all that stuff. Like, he's building a team the exact way I would want to build a team. So, where if it doesn't work, I'm also going to look like an idiot. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I look like an
yeah,
idiot. I do, but this
yeah,
is like exactly what this is what I've wanted Butler to be since I've gotten here. So
yes, yeah, yeah.
it'll take
No,
some
no,
time, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
it's yeah, it's gonna be a good breath of fresh air because I mean the last few years again we've talked about this on prior podcasts, but like I feel like we always did have like actually a few like talented dudes. Like I mean
Mhm.
you talk about like Telford, you talk about Finley, you talk about I mean even Pierre, you talk about like these guys like you'd have some talented dudes mostly on the offensive end. And it's just there was just the defense has just been so killer the past few years. It's almost been I mean I think it was in 2020 I want to say 2024 to 25, which yeah, because that was the year we lost to Austin P and stuff. We were like 36th or something on Ken Palm in the nation in offensive rating, which is kind of like that's really, really fucking
Yeah,
good. Like
yeah,
that's really good. And then we're like 100 and like 65th in like defense. And it's like, well, there's your problem, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like it's not good enough. Also, just to keep everyone posted on Michael Ajayi's night while we were doing this, let's take a little check in here. He has played 8 minutes. He's got 5 points, 2 for 3 from the field, 1 for 2 from three, and five
Ah,
rebounds and
yeah,
5 boards.
yeah. Five
Get
points,
this
five
dude on the
boards.
roster.
Amen.
If he can make threes, if he can, and it's a big if, this dude can find himself in the league. I mean, seriously, like I mean, this dude's gonna rebound, and if you could be like a
It's
3 and D
impressive.
type
Yeah,
guy, what is that?
and that's his role. That's going to be
It
his role
is.
the next
That
summer.
should be
He's
his
gonna
role.
start
And
doing
the
it.
fact
Yeah.
that he is, look at that. There we go. Claps to Michael. Come on. Also, claps to Michael. Real quick pause. Our boy MD, the Dream over here, has officially gotten a gig at ESPN. So if I had a round of applause, little like sound effect I could do, I would do that. But congrats to Michael. Very cool opportunity for him to work at ESPN. He said he reassured me that he will be giving me a shout out for starting here at the Bulldog Bark podcast, which I really appreciated. But no, seriously,
Made by the
congrats on
Bulldog Bark.
that.
That's actually going
I
to be
mean, look,
mine.
it's cool that Ajay is doing this. It's even cooler that you're going to be at ESPN. So,
I'd argue what Ajayi is doing is much cooler than me being in the back of like the
no,
control
the
room. But
Michaels are taking over, man.
there
The
we go.
Michaels,
Exactly.
it's just the Michaels, man. But real quick, let's so the 28 class, we're not gonna dive into a ton. It's a little bit out there. It makes me feel so old. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when I'm like, holy shit, these kids are 2028 class. Like, what is this? But a couple that we have at least reached out to, so we are at least in the Yeah, we have offers out there. Or this one, the first one, I just heard that I guess there's a tweet, from a reputable account that
Mhm.
said that we have a connection to Maurice Carter the second, also Cole Kelly, and then also Kenyon St. Louis, as well as Trey Edwards, all 2028 recruits. Michael, do you want to talk about any of those guys in particular?
I've definitely watched St. Louis play. Like the St. Louis, like the name, it just stands
Is it,
out
oh,
to me.
is it St. Louis?
It's either St. Louis, whatever it is. It definitely gets
Yeah.
said many different ways. I've
Yes.
definitely watched him play. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So he played Canada in the U17 World Cup. So okay, that's where I've seen him play. I know he's a point guard. Again, we're after a lot of guards. He's the only one I'm like even loosely familiar with, and it's just before like I've really delved in and like I from what I know of St. Louis, whatever it is, I'm assuming it's not Louis just because he's Canadian. Very good passer, very good passer facilitator, but he's the only one I'm really even loosely familiar with, and I've I don't get paid to do this, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not getting paid to like sit here and like scout everybody. Like I can do my 27s, that's what I got my time for, and like that's all I got.
No, you're good, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm just pulling him up real quick. Yeah, he's also like almost a top 100 in the 2028 class. Yeah, we're not gonna dive too much into that. We'll get to 2028 class, some future time. But no, I mean, again, I think we've both. Well, first of all, again, this is why I bring this guy on the podcast because this guy knows high school ball. There's just not many people out there
Yeah,
that
you
know
know,
this
like
type of
he's
stuff.
BFC and Kyle aren't here because they have lives. Michael
Well,
doesn't.
well,
That's why
well,
we're
I
here,
did.
baby.
It is. I will say that I did reach out to Michael directly and saying, "Do you want to do this one specifically with me?" Because I knew that there was one guy that was going to have the knowledge. And I can't even call you. I can't even call you crazy, man, because like
No, you
obviously,
can. Yes, you can.
no, I can't because like I mean. Look, if I wasn't a father of this little crazy girl here, I'd probably be not in depths as much as you are. You're
I have
oh,
the
never
same
mind, never mind. I
freaking
take that
notes.
back. I completely
Yes,
take back. Yep, nope.
good.
He's showing me his notebook, and
I'm an
I'm taking
insane
that back.
person.
Yep. Nope, I'm
I
taking
also
it
have
back.
like notes in
He
my
has
phone that I took to make sure I wouldn't forget everything. Like,
Michael has grown a scruffy little mustache and a scruffy
yep,
little beard, and he has a notepad full of notes and a phone full of, oh my good Lord. Okay, so
this is a
never
whole
mind.
bunch of kids. Yeah,
Michael wins. I would not be this dedicated, but the
I'm an insane person.
it's
I'm nuts.
insanely
Don't be like me,
knowledgeable.
kids.
That's yeah,
Don't be like me.
no, be like Michael. You could work at ESPN one day. The again, round of applause if I could. But the yeah, so exciting times for Butler in the sense that I am excited to see what we're building. And I think that it's I'm very interested and like you said, I think Norrid is targeting players that at a minimum, which we will always we just said it and we will always say is that defense travels. You can stick yourself in games. Hell, St. John's 2 years ago was absolute ass on off.
Mhm.
Like they just honestly last year, I mean, a little better, but like they have. You can be Seton Hall is a great example too. Low budget, but guys that just bought into a system and make it in some capacity work. Yeah, that's I think Butler fans are really gonna like the direction that we're going. I think they're gonna like a lot of the players that like you kind of mentioned, Michael, that Nord and staff are targeting. I think they are definitely going to kind of, you think of like, I know you're a little younger, but like think of those old Butler teams that just those teams, man, they were just, it was like, it sounds crazy when you win a game 50-48 or something stupid like that, but like it was fun to watch because you just saw dudes just like diving into the stands,
Giving it everything they
like,
had.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you were like, it was like, it reminds me of kind of like it reminds me of like the 2018 Chicago Bears, like a team that was just so good on defense and was so awful on offense, Mitch Trubisky. And just but the defense was so fun to watch, like so fun. And that's kind of what it would
Yeah.
be cool to see this year. And I know a lot of people are down on this team, but just see if we can get that defensive identity
Get
back.
an identity. Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
where they were
good
looking for.
identity.
Yeah.
Yep, and I think that's what he's doing. So, Michael, appreciate your breakdown of all those. Anyone else you want to mention? Are you good? We good?
I mean, just real quick, I want to say one
Yeah,
thing about Jai.
yeah, yeah.
Just because, like, I mean, he's on the Hornets right now. The Hornets, like, on their summer league team, like the starters, Kalkbrenner started games for them last year. Liam
Hmm.
McNeely, like, is starting. I don't know if he started games for them last year, but he was a big rotation piece. Sion James played a lot for them. Like, these guys probably won't play in the final game of the summer league unless they're like playing for the summer league title. That's where we're going to see Jai get even more minutes, and like that's probably when we're going to see like the bigger stat lines. But like him being in the rotation now and playing well, like that's a good thing. Means he'll get more minutes in the future. Means he'll have the opportunities to be with the team, just training camp to like actually playing with them in the season if a couple guys get hurt, having those opportunities. He'll get more opportunities as the summer league goes on. When they see, all right, McNeely's got 20, we've seen all we need to see. He can sit, and go
Mhm.
from there.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's yeah, you figured with the Hornets, which in my opinion are just like a very they remind me of a lot of Chicago sports teams, just completely
Yeah.
dysfunctional. And that he when you think about it, at first I was like, oh damn, the Hornets, because I was like, that's like that organization just it sounds like death. But then I'm like, if you want to talk about a place that you probably can get an
And
opportunity,
he get minutes, and he gets minutes. He
yeah,
gets a contract. He gets a contract.
yes,
He can get a second
exactly,
contract. He gets a
exactly.
second contract. You're set up for life and
Uh,
then some.
exactly. Yeah. 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 You're there. You're looking at those starters. I mean, yeah, like some of those guys are like already on the starting. Like they're not even. Yeah. Yeah. Like these
Yeah,
are. They're already on the roster. The ones that Jai's battling with are definitely not like Kalkbrenner and stuff. So like it's
yeah. They're the
so
guys that he's playing over right now, which is
right and yeah, that's actually really yeah. So again, if you're not watching, I mean, no one's gonna hear this because I'm not gonna post it tonight. But get on and watch the games. Telford also
lock
plays
in,
tonight.
rewind it, go back on Prime and find it.
Right. Telford plays tonight as well. He plays at 11 with the Clips. He actually played great for the NBA G League last year. I mean, he's just one of those borderline guys. We'll have to see,
Yeah,
where he gets to. But he averaged like 15.3. I think I posted those stats like
yeah,
15.3. Classic Ajay.
yeah. You know
His
what?
stuff in
Yeah,
the stat lines. But it also just goes to show how good the NBA is. Like it
yeah,
is just such like so talented. When you have guys like Telford, who you just think like, yeah, that dude built like a truck. He should or a giant, like he should be in the league. It's like they're battling to get these spots,
yeah.
which is just like and it also shows how good the G League really. I mean, the G League has so many studs
Oh, the
that are
talent is absurd. Yeah,
that are. And one last thing I'll say, this has nothing to do with the recruiting, and now we're just blabbing about other things because we love this sport and
yeah,
we love this team. Uh, I just this site came out the official ratings of all basketball league like NBA, European
yeah.
leagues, like all this different stuff, and the Adriatic League, which is what obviously
A
was it
sim,
from?
right?
Yeah. Dulovic came from was ranked 10th in the world. It was only two behind and very close to. I'm probably gonna post this. It was very close to G League. So when you think about all these G League studs that are like there, like that's like a legit league. And this dude was
Yeah,
averaging like 14 or whatever, 14 points per game. They're like, I think people are sleeping on our boy Asim a little bit. We'll see what he can
yeah.
do. We'll see what he
Like
can do.
he's the guy that we're clearly expecting to play a pretty big role for us.
Yeah,
Like he's gonna be if he's not the dude, he's next to the dude.
like literally, that he might be standing right next to Jalen Jackson.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, again, Michael, appreciate your insight, man. Excited to see what the dogs land. We know that they're going to land some guys because Norwood is committed to doing kind of this way. So, we can you can tell that we are committed to getting these ones. I don't think I really think that we are going to try and grab a lot of freshmen and stuff like that. So, it'll
yeah.
be interesting to see kind of where it goes. But appreciate your insights and as always, go dogs, my guy.
Peace.
Oh, you're supposed to say go dogs.
Go dogs.
Yeah.